Africans don't scam at all compared to the global game. I mean, Benny Madoff alone.
Yeah.
You know,
Nigerian scammers combined.
I don't think
don't approach.
If they combine, I mean, Nigerian scammers have at least 50 years, 100 years of scamming to do. 67 billion, bro. I don't think Nigeria's budget in a year has ever crossed maybe 40, 50 billion dollars.
From the Mobutu Sese Seko Center of Investment, we have brother Patrice Toure X coming to give you this opportunity to build your personal wealth. Brother Patrice is offering investment low tuition classes.
$12.99 a month for the revolution.
Yes, which will give you opportunities to learn the production of low estrogen foods, black karate, and gun shooting, basket weaving.
For the women there, keep these women in line. I'm gonna put those little boys in line.
All right, so thank you.
Leave
the boys alone.
Hello everybody, welcome to another wonderful episode of the most Pan-Africanist show in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? With my man, Bro Diallo. Welcome to the Bird's Eye View. And today, as usual, let's consult the ancestors for what we are going to discuss. Why do you always look at me like that, Ronaldo? Why?
I'm a skeptic, bro.
Embrace the spirit, brother.
I'm a skeptic.
And you're looking at me as if you don't know the ancestors are supposed to be here.
Citation needed.
And as usual, oh my God.
What we on?
You know, as usual, without scripts, preparation, we consult directly, and the ancestors have spoken. They want to show us rather how to spot a Pan-Africanist scammer.
That's mad particular.
I think a good way to go about this is, first of all, to dissect what a scammer is. You know, what is a scammer? Who is scamming? Yeah. You know that you are the American. You speak so well. You speak this language so well.
I'm an African in exile. Okay, let's get to the anatomy of the scammer. I think one of the key characteristics, if you are approached by or seduced by or attracted to a scammer, is panacea. Scammers tend to offer a singular or a small set of solutions to a wide-ranging systemic problem. If we could just do this one thing, if we could reach this level of money or open this type of business or obtain this one thing, yes, they offer a panacea. There's one small, simple solution just out of reach that will solve every single problem. Have a black woman on your arm.
Back in the days, if you could just work harder, if you have more fathers in the home.
Yeah, stop dating snow bunnies. One thing solves everything. One thing for everything. One product. It's all you'll throw away all your kitchen appliances. You can throw away with this one product, and you buy that and fall apart the first day.
One thing I always notice is that they all lack capitalist critiques.
Oh, they're never anti-capitalist.
Yeah, no, they're always about getting that bag.
They're never anti-capitalist because that's the one problem that's not a problem.
Capitalism is not
lack
the problem.
of capitalist critiques.
We all have to find a way to be the best capitalists around. You know.
Another part of the anatomy, supernatural and theological solutions.
But you know,
supernatural.
Yes, but you know, at the same time, we have to embrace the spirit. You don't take this ank.
So this is a good example.
Embrace the spirit.
Well, it's different.
Diallo, embrace the spirit.
Okay. Oh, I missed it.
I have to
I'll
use your
try
spiritual
again next
hands.
time.
You can't use your normal hands to embrace the spirit.
I tried,
You have to use your spiritual hands.
Next time it come around, I'll reach out and touch something. but seriously, it's difference between being spiritual and embracing the spirit and offering supernatural solutions.
Yeah.
Otherworldly, divine, mothership.
The ancestors have given us the
solutions to our real material problems. Yes.
Yeah.
What else? What?
They are ahistorical.
Oh, ahistorical.
Yeah, revisionist history only.
Oh yes, we was all
revisionist history only, fam. You know how
we're
everybody,
the true natives.
Black men didn't come from Africa.
Yes,
we are
there were
Hebrew.
there's no evidence
all
of
the
slave ships.
All the slaves were Hebrew. The Hebrew Africans.
Yes,
all the Africans conspired against the Hebrews, and we caught all of them. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes, revisionist history, and connected to that, plagiarism. You'll get a lot of Pan-African scammers who quote scholars, historians, revolutionaries of distant and recent past and take their works as they own. Some of them even claim to be of the same lineage of these ancestors.
And the most sinister method is that they also quote them out of context.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and you know, let's not forget the star of the day,
What's that?
anti-black woman
Oh,
rhetoric,
no, sister's got a name for it.
misogynoir.
Yes. Yes. Massage noir. If you
You know,
if you got
just
a
have
scammer,
a way to just blame that single black mother.
yeah,
You know?
if it's a black leader out here telling you
These
that
black
the black
women
woman,
also just living through oppression. Like, if you just find a way to blame them for not doing what you think they should be doing.
yes,
You know, just
if we did well, you know, there's a segment of the Massage Noir talking about black women and abortion, that black women aborting children is a campaign of genocide, and they've gone silent now that the rights to and access to abortion has been taken away. And I didn't see them do a victory lap because that agenda is aligned with fascist. But another one, which is tied to that, is conservative reactionary views. Many of these black scammers, if you take their agenda, their philosophy, and you put it next to focus on the family or the MAGA movement, you'll find more similarities and differences.
many of them, even to the Bible and the Quran.
Yes.
Many of them basically just put the Quran and the Bible in Pan-Africanist cover.
Yes.
Just paint it red, black, and green.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah.
Yes, Africanizing oppression.
He's African now.
Cut it out.
So that's it. I mean, I think we pretty much made our Frankenstein scammer. These are things. Put in the comments other characteristics of a scammer, the things, red flags for a movement, for an individual, for an organization that you look for before you join up and sign up.
Right there in the comment section. Let me put some ashe on it. So the ancestors.
Ashe.
$12.99 a month for the revolution.
Diallo, in Africa, a lot of these young people, you know, are really buying into the whole imagery sold by the mainstream media about Nigerians and scamming.
Yeah,
You know.
in the West.
African boy, that's me. You won't catch me in no dead TC. I can be a local cash or switch it. I can be a local scammer.
In the true sense of it, you know, it really comes to define a lot of them's attitude. Like, oh well, but the truth is, Africans don't scam at all compared to the global game. I mean, Benny Madoff alone.
Yeah.
You know,
All
67
Nigerian scammers
billion.
combined.
I don't think
Don't approach.
if they combine, I mean, Nigerian scammers have at least 50 years, 100 years of scamming to do. 67 billion, bro. I don't think Nigeria's budget in a year has ever crossed maybe 40-50 billion dollars. The way we think, oh, it's scamming, Nigerians, everybody's thinking, but listen, you are not at all even in the top. The greatest scam in Africa right now is the whole climate change scam.
Oh, word?
Yes. Africans being involved in depth. And I'm saying, I don't want us to become irresponsible,
Right.
you know. But the carbon footprint of the entire continent of Africa is not up to the carbon footprint of New York alone.
Right.
But we are being discussed, we are destroying the planet. We are destroying the...
That is a scam. And
Who
I
are
say
the
that
we?
as a tree-hugging vegan environmentalist myself. That
are
is
the we,
a
Diallo?
hella scam that they would go to the so-called developing nations. They call developing they'll call you everything but colonized or neo-colonized, that the burden or the responsibility for climate change and carbon emission would be even anywhere near the continent and its people.
Instead of them to be looking for how much they're going to pay us
Right.
for the damages that their act is causing to our
Well,
environment.
it's humankind.
No.
It's mankind.
Yeah, but when is the computer chip invention?
They mad specific.
Yeah.
With that,
when is the new fighter jet? The white man are just invented. But once it's climate change, it's mankind.
Yeah, we can all share in that.
This is humanity.
We can't share in the wealth. We can't share in the tech. We can't share in the intellectual
When there's
property.
money, that is mine.
But the negative outcomes,
that's the biggest scam.
It's true.
The mankind
It's
scam
so
in
true.
Africa.
I can't.
The biggest scam. Especially with this climate change thing. I'm like, what the is going on, people? Wake up. Wake up. African government. Anyway, that's another
Poor
story.
children's responsibility.
That's another story for another day. And another big scam we have in Africa is our independence. The
That's the
so-called
real African
decolonization
scam. Flag independence, as John Henry Clark called it.
My brother, that is a big scam. I think it's on par with the climate change scam that they are running on Africans. Not that climate change is a scam. Climate change is not a scam.
No,
but
the
climate
burden
change
and
scam,
responsibility for who's going to fix it is the scam.
When it is now burdened on everybody equally.
Or, they got eco-fascism now, saying, we have to have militaristic, militant, top-down, hierarchical repression of human activities to save Mother Earth, so...
Of which human activity? Which human? Because we have to be precise.
Of the greedy people of the third world who want to burn coal to develop their nations, as opposed to being willing to live on nothing in order to save the earth for Elon
That's
Musk.
what I was telling my friend. I was like, so what are you saying? Now that we are trying to see if we can develop in Africa, development is going to be illegal.
Yes.
Yes, it will be illegal to develop. Why are you burning coal? Why are you burning gas? Why are you burning this? Shut it down. Like, if you don't have it, you can't have it again. The environment, like,
as they fly on private jets to instruct Africans on how to be good stewards of the
and police
environment.
the sky with their private with their military jets and drones. Like the hypocrisy.
But another thing tied to the scam of we's free now, because that's also a delusion you find in the African, is the scamming false militants, the militant African puppets of empire. You put them in front of the microphone, they big, mean, snarling, anti-Western militants. But you put them at a conference table, and they become passive.
Very gentle.
So that's another scam.
Very, very, very attentive.
Yes.
In the conference table, very attentive, listening ear.
Some of our heroes, Jomo Kenyatta,
Baba,
Mobutu,
Mobutu Sese Seko Kukumbendu Wazabanga.
This name is a misnomer. This man is Joseph Desire.
Okay,
Joseph Desire Mobutu.
Okay.
Desire, I think that was Desire. I don't know. I'm thinking that's what it means in French. But this man's name is Joseph Desire Mobutu. You go around, kill Lumumba, turn around, loot the country, and start wearing
He didn't loot the country. He freed the country. That's what I'm saying. That's a scam. That was a scammer. Talk about a scammer.
He freed the country straight into his own personal bank account.
And compare for somebody.
He started loaning the country money. Imagine his scam within the scam.
Yeah.
You loot the country so much, you start loaning your country money
from your own account. But every time he got in front of a microphone, he was the biggest, baddest, blackest thing you'd ever want to see. And Campari.
Oh.
I don't know why. I mean, what did he ever do to you?
Campari?
Yes.
He killed my father's friend.
Okay. Because you
killed Uncle Thomas.
You really got...
Uncle Thomas Sankara. That bastard
really got
Blaze.
smoke for him.
Blaze.
Yes.
Blaze.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We are coming
Another
for you,
scammer.
Blaze. One day we are going to catch you.
So, And can I share another scam that was run on the continent? The Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Rainbow Nation scam.
Yes.
You know how insidious that Rainbow Nation scam is? Is that it is normalizing in the poor South Africans that the people that have stolen their opportunities are not the white white invaders. Because I don't know why everybody is an immigrant in their own land, but they are settlers. They are the white invaders. So
there's no settlers nowhere.
Where are you settling?
They are
Why
invaders.
are you settling? What is this settling?
Yes.
Settling what?
Gospel.
Are you dust?
And they bring the most disruption. Right.
Listen, these invaders are not the problem.
Yeah.
It is the poor Zimbabweans that come to the country for opportunities, the Nigerians. Right. So it's leading to what they call xenophobia.
Yeah.
You know, where South Africans attack fellow Africans for taking their jobs, for being criminals in their country. And I'm saying the biggest criminals are sitting right there in front of you.
Shoulder to shoulder. Well, now the white South Africans are coming here.
The fascist leader Elon, Führer.
Yes.
The Führer has sent his heart out.
Well, we're getting more South Africans. If you have one South African, that's going to...
The Führer has sent his heart out to the South Africans. The Führer.
The fueler. Fuels car. But yes, I personally, as a person who is trapped in the United States, looks forward, because if we got one South African who's saving our federal government, if we bring thousands more, what more can they save?
Talk about saving. The Salvation Scam in Africa. The people that want to save you, that tell you that you cannot save yourself, that saving yourself is beyond your own capacity, and only through them can you act.
Can I say, I think that's the scam of all scams. I think that scam is bigger than all the other scams you've identified on the continent combined.
That is the miraculous scam.
Yes.
You know, now they can heal the sick, but our hospitals are full of people dying. They never go there.
Faith healers, yeah.
They never go there.
The salvationist scam is
and those ones, especially
grandfather of all scams.
Especially in politics. Anyway, identify more scams that you can,
Africa-specific scams.
Yeah.
That go beyond the Nigerian scammer. All these magnificent scams.
We are going to beat you, Diallo. We Nigerians, we can scam up an ass beating for you. Let me tell you. Ashe, in the sky, in the sex, no scams in the comment section, please.
Yeah, don't put the link to your.
Don't share the link of anything.
To just put your crypto. Don't share
your pyramid schemes, please.
Right.
Welcome to this very special segment of our show called All Praises Due. All Praises. Let me put some Ashe. Yes. And on this week's episode of All Praises Due, by the way, we call All Praises Due APD now, by the way, not Atlanta Police Department. You people that are APD, All Praises Due. Hashtag APD. This week is Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah. Before I start talking about Nkrumah, in one of my father's songs, Underground System, he says, I don't sing song for great African men. I don't sing song for great African men. Now Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah be the greatest one. I don't sing song for great African men. Ask many African young people today. Them no know nothing about Kwame Nkrumah. To know Nkrumah, yeah, leader no fide. To know Nkrumah, yeah. Anyway, for us to know Nkrumah, the father of Pan-Africanism in Africa, and our great liberator and organizer. I mean, one of the reasons why I respect this man is because of that title he has and held back in the day. People knew him as the great liberator, but more than that, they knew him as the great organizer. That's one of the things that fascinates me about our great heroes in Africa, how they were able to organize so monumentally, without email, without planes, without all these road networks we all have today. And they could still do all this work across continents. None of them worked in one continent. Their networks span the globe, uniting all of us to have these freedoms that many of us take for granted today. So quickly to go into a little background of Osajifo. Osajifo is a Ghanaian title called the Redeemer, given to him by the Ghanaian people. The great Kwame was born in September 1909 and he died April 27, 1972. He was the first African prime minister and of an independent African country, making Ghana independent in 1957. Ghana was the first sub-Saharan African country to gain its full independence from British colonialism. That's why they have the black star in their. Nkrumah put a black star in the Ghanaian flag to lead the way, and also in reference and in reverence to Marcus Garvey's United Negro Improvement Association and Marcus Garvey's Black Star line, which was Marcus Garvey's logo. And he also believed that Ghana was a shining light. This Black Star of Ghana is a shining light for all of Africa to follow. I don't know people say, oh, why Black Star? Because black stars are the biggest stars in the cosmos. Forget what they teach you and call them black hole. There's no such thing as black hole. It's a black star because it is so big, you can't see the light because these stars are so big that their gravity doesn't let light escape. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So let me take you to Dr. Seun Kuti, the scientist. He founded the CPP, Convention People's Party, in 1949. He was the Prime Minister of Ghana from 1957 to 1960. And he became the president from 1960 to 1966 when he was ousted in a military coup by the Busia gang and all of them while he was on a state visit to Romania, I believe, that year. Nkrumah did a lot of great things for Ghana in terms of infrastructure, the social welfare of the people, and entrenching Pan-Africanist ideas in Ghana. And also across the African continent, he was a great mentor and friend with Patrice Lumumba. He was a great friend of Seun Kuti Bro, of Frantz Fanon. He hosted the All-African People's Congress in Accra and subsequently brought a lot of young African leaders together that went on to be great liberators in their own countries as well. As I mentioned, Patrice Lumumba being one of these people that attended this event. Nkrumah did not believe in the independence of Ghana alone. He did not believe that if Ghana alone were independent, that they could stand alone against the forces of imperialism. So Nkrumah constantly called for the unification of African countries to work towards one political and economic goal. Nkrumah was very, very instrumental in the Organization of African Unity, OAU. Nkrumah led a very Pan-Africanist lifestyle. He was a builder. His education was here in the United States of America, and where he studied in the HBCU. And he befriended and studied under the great John Henry Clark. I mean, I like to let people see these connections between the diaspora and the continent, so that nothing has happened for any of us that has been positive without the other. That we've always worked together as brothers and cousins and sisters and mothers and fathers, knowing that our destiny was one and our identity was the same, and we shared the same cultural destiny as a people. I believe that we as young African people today owe him, and great Africans like him, the effort of bringing their spirit back to the fore of political thought. Get in the comment section and let us know how Nkrumah inspires you as well. Thank you very much. Ashe. God. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that last All Praises Due segment that we just finished. Yeah, and before we go on, Diallo, tell them what we want them to do.
All right, we're going to list some common scams, active and some not so active currently. And what we want you to do, we challenge you to do, as we list the common scams, I want you to name some prominent individuals who have in the past, present, or potentially engaged in these type of scams. You want me to set it off?
Wait. Before we go, I want to point this out, that one of the things we said is that one of the things common to all these scammers is that they conflate disloyalty with doubt.
Yes.
If you ever doubt them, it means you are disloyal.
Right.
If you question them, how dare you? Or you are suddenly, now being watched. You can't be trusted anymore.
Yeah.
Just for asking a question.
That is another. We left that on the anatomy. Anybody that's above scrutiny or question or doubt is scamming you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll set it off.
Okay,
But
let's
common
go.
scams. Having a line of untested miracle cures.
Exactly.
The health alert tonight for something marketed as a miracle solution, but it turns out it could send you to the hospital.
Health officials are urging you not to drink the miracle mineral solution. While it's promoted as a remedy for autism, HIV, even cancer.
Essentially, it's a powerful bleach that could poison anyone who drinks it.
Cut it out.
Too much mucus in your body.
I said, I sell you the cure for baldness while I'm sitting here like this.
You know? Okay, I have another one. I have
Untested.
another
I
one.
cured an uncurable disease, but I'm still trying to hustle it on the street corner instead of being, you know.
Because if you try to take it to a proper, the white man is going to kill you.
Yes.
They're going to get you.
Yes. Okay. So that's
soon as
number
you-
one.
if you let it be known.
Untested, uncertain miracle cures.
Okay.
What's it up?
Get rich kick schemes, you know, or how to become wealthy.
Oh yes.
You know, and the person himself is not living in. The person is not top 10.
Their key source of wealth is selling
You, the key to
programs to get wealthy.
be wealthy. And they themselves using these programs are not in the top 10.
And I would just tell them, listen, you know how to get wealth. Why don't you just do what you know to do and just give me the money directly?
One book that they all read in this category
Any
is
wealthy
48
person-
Laws of Power. And none of them
48,
emerged. Nobody that has read that
brother,
book has emerged as the most powerful man in the world.
Bro, I hate that book.
You know,
It's such a
none of
book
them. I don't think. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on.
I got another one that's related to that. I call
The
it
art of the deal.
I know, but that's from the 80s. You too young
You
to
said
know about
you said
that.
past.
You weren't born when that was trending.
Okay, Grandpa.
But I got another one. It's called the Church Building Fund Hustle, or the CBF hustle. But that has been expanded. So
No, it's many things
to
now.
build a school,
Yeah,
to open a bank, to buy a large plot of land so we can grow our own food,
Sovereignty?
Yes.
so we could have our own sovereignty.
That can sell you sovereignty.
Yeah, you know.
It comes with your
Our
own.
own housing co-op.
So yeah, just our own is a whole fallacy. There's a whole fallacy between someone telling you we're gonna have our own ... 9 times out of 10 they're scamming you. We're gonna have our own nation. We're gonna have our own currency. We're gonna have our own, most things that follow our own without any sustained revolutionary struggle, they scamming you. Because you can't buy those things that you have. That's nation building. That's institutional cultivation. That is not something you can just donate to somebody to get for you.
There's miracle cures, right?
Are there?
Yeah, that we've discussed before. No, there's the untested medicines and holistic, the holistic
Well,
healing.
you gotta, man, I'm the
holistic
type of
cures.
dude that won't buy aspirin if the little seal is broken. So I don't trust
But there's
nothing
also
when it comes to medicine.
There's also one step above that.
What's that?
The faith healer.
Oh, yeah, they skip medicine altogether.
Oh, yeah, don't need to
now
touch
that's
medicine.
something I ain't got
Don't
to have
touch
no
medicine.
procedure.
Don't touch medicine.
That's even more better. Reiki,
Listen, and most of them they
energy.
They are. Just
Yes, faith heal.
Just pray and take some holy
Yes.
water all over your head and some anointing oil. They just
But I got a scam that's so lucrative. I'm tempted every day.
let me tell you one of the funniest ones I've seen in my country. There was a blind guy that said he was born blind, and this healer just prayed and wow, the guy just could see, and to test that he could see, they just brought what color is this, and it went red. I'm like, how are you telling what color red is? Just now?
Yeah, how do you explain color to a person that was born blind?
I mean,
Praise God, hallelujah, now everyone get your wallets out.
I want you to bring your billfold, your checkbook.
If you're using your credit cards, make sure to put your name, your account number.
I got a scam for you that is so seductive. We might have to have a conversation after this. Now I'm reading about is money on the table, Seun. There's a scam that's so seductive and pervasive, and it's called manufactured identities. You come up with an identity. We Moors, we foundational, we native, we Asiatic. You come up with a manufactured identity, you will have drones
as
of black.
long as
If
it's
you
not African,
anything but African.
it can't be
anything
an
but African. It can be African adjacent.
If it's African, there's war.
It could be African adjacent, like you could be Egyptian, but the high yellow Egyptian. See, so it could be
Egyptian, not Egyptian. Egyptian is even too related to
Islamic, post-Roman. You know, it's a way you could tiptoe around that.
That's the
but you can't put a foot on it.
It's the Moorish.
I'm just saying,
be Moorish. You can only be Moorish.
Yes, okay.
You can't be Egyptian
or Asiatic. Yeah. So yes, manufactured identity, man. We leaving money on the table, man. I like now that I'm reading these scams, we leaving money on the table.
We could come up with our own, like, you know.
Let's discuss. Let's continue
after the show. After the show. We need to come up with something.
Yes.
You know,
give us, what do you think is the most profitable scam that generates the most loot for its adherents?
And if you think it's real viable, hit us up in the inbox. Don't put it in the comment section because we are willing to work with you, please.
Yes. And don't shy away from skepticism. Don't be a part of nothing where you can't ask questions and you can't demand evidence.
I've been told I can fire your ass.
No, she told you yesterday.
Yeah,
that you couldn't.
No, I just have to request.
You can file a formal complaint.
Yes, and then you'll be fired.
No, they didn't say that.
Listen,
no,
talk over me one more time.
I'm telling you, see?
Talk over me one more time.
Don't be a part of nothing where you're not allowed to express yourself, ask questions, and demand evidence.
$12.99 a month. We got to reclaim black wealth.
Yes. And
we're kings and queens.
Yes.
$12.99 a month for the revolution.
Yes.
All this child support is keeping us down.
Right, and you will learn free of charge African languages that is made up and
$12.99 a month.